From late-night infomercials to the daytime dross, TV viewers are used to so-called miracle cures and other dubious health advice. But when those claims come from a well-regarded doctor with sterling credentials, that's cause for concern. Some of Dr. Oz's pronouncements make him sound more like the Wizard of Oz.
This miracle pill can burn fat fast.
Those claims got Senator Claire McCaskill in a burn, asking Oz why he would say things he knows are not true.
Why would you cheapen your show by saying things like that?
During the hearing, McCaskill further pressed Oz on perpetuating weight loss scams.
When you feature a product on your show, it creates what has become known as the Oz effect, dramatically boosting sales and driving scam artists to pop up overnight, using false and deceptive ads to sell questionable products.
But rather than admit guilt, Oz says he is a true believer.
I actually do personally believe in the items that I talk about in the show.
And the wizard went on to say he intentionally offers viewers an alternative to the eat less, exercise more diet because that's not what people want to hear.
I used language that was very passionate, but it ended up not being helpful but incendiary. And it provided fodder for unscrupulous advertisers.
Senator McCaskill challenged Oz to either be part of the solution or part of the problem.
Not so fast! I'll have to give the matter a little thought.
The great and powerful Oz has spoken. This was actually really riveting. It was actually a weight loss fraud hearing. I didn't even know they had these kinds of things on Capitol Hill, but she really went after him. And he was nonplussed, I must say. He with a straight face, he said things like, I endorse these products because people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear the old line. And furthermore, it keeps people coming back for more. So while the analysis is that he doesn't directly benefit financially from any of these products, he benefits by having people come back to his TV show, by the advertisers coming back, by staying on TV. So in a roundabout way, he benefits directly financially.
He also said he sees himself as a cheerleader for the audience, not as an expert giving them credible advice on what works and what doesn't, but as someone who can sort of lift up their spirits when they're feeling discouraged. He basically admitted, I think, to being a medical P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
No credibility at all. I don't exactly know how someone who's clearly a genuinely intelligent and talented physician made this leap, but I would refer people back to a great New Yorker profile of him from, I think, a year ago by Michael Spector. Yes. Which suggested that Oz's wife and father-in-law have sort of increased over the years his interest in alternative therapies to the point where he really doesn't care if they work or not. He just likes the idea of going around the medical establishment.
You know, what's interesting is that I wasn't really paying attention to this, and what I knew was that he had come out more than one time saying, don't use my name in connection to selling product. So my overall, sort of vague impression was that he was pushing back against products that were a little, I didn't realize this is really where he was. It's a little bit surprising given the whole, Oprah connection and all of that, and, his credentials, frankly. I mean, he's got impressive credentials in the real medical world. So it's so odd.
I have to confess that I barely know who Dr. Oz is. However, by all accounts, he is not receiving any direct financial benefit from these things, which is what could get the government involved. Given that he's not getting any direct financial benefit from this, quite frankly, Claire McCaskill ought to be ashamed of herself for hauling this guy in before a Senate committee and berating him for exercising his First Amendment rights. I'm really kind of shocked by this.
He's a snake oil salesman.
Yeah, come on. And the FTC can go after him, too.
Yeah, why should she be ashamed?
He's not a snake oil salesman.
He's a total snake oil salesman.
He's a snake oil advocate.
Right.
He's not a snake oil salesman.
No, he's selling the product, Dan.
He's selling the Dr. Oz brand, which involves telling people they're going to get results from things that don't work.
Yeah. But Dan's point is that the law says unless you're benefiting, then
he is benefiting. It's an indirect
financially,
benefit.
yes,
no,
but
he is.
Because
he's keeping the show on the air because he's selling these products.
Indirect but intense financial benefit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I love it when we disagree.
No, I just think it's interesting. It's an important point to think about.